Hi folks, this is Thrifty Gamer 83 here, just expressing my opinions of Final Fantasy VII coming out and being labeled as an episodic remake and role-playing game. This is not really quelling my qualms in the past of why a remake should not be done. In fact, it is extending itself into the very vein that JRPGs are slowly devolving into cash cows, taking Final Fantasy VII and remaking it into a downloadable content heaven is just so much of a flawed business plan. And yet people still cry and still demand for a Final Fantasy VII remake. A few had said, well, gamers unilaterally want a Final Fantasy VII remake, but do they want the downloadable content? Do they want what Square is truthfully pushing, which is a flawed business schematic? This is something that no true Final Fantasy fans wanted to begin with. This is something where people are saying, wow, we were wrong. We were wrong, and you were right. But it is a little bit too late for that now. As Final Fantasy VII goes into the remake venue, they are just looking, and Squaresoft knows it, they are looking to tee off on people's wallets. They are looking at what had been accomplished with Fallout or with Borderlands and thinking, well, if that worked for Western role-playing games, maybe we can tee off on gamers. Maybe we can find that nostalgia factor and just hit them right between the eyes perfectly. And those idiots will still buy it. This is why I think Final Fantasy VII should not be remade. This is why I love the original graphics. This is why I love the original story. This is why I didn't want anything messed with. On the counterpoint, people say, well, Final Fantasy VII itself was supposed to be an episodic game. It was condensed into 3 CDs. And people say, well, it was episodic. It should have been this. It should have been that. It is not really what gamers want now, to look at and see downloadable content on a game which many of them grew up with, or on a game which made them switch over from cartridges to CDs. How many of us really want downloadable content? How many of us really want to buy that extra expansion pack? Not me. Rant, rave, love, hate. Click that subscribe button, folks. You're keeping my show on the air. Hope to hear back from you. Have a good one.